Alright, so we're back with question number 13, and I changed the layout a little bit because the app that I was using previously was just giving me problems, so I changed it. For question number 13, they asked us for the missing angle, but they gave us two angle and it's a right triangle. So therefore, there's a theory or maybe formula that we can use to find the missing angle, which is in our case C. So this is the angle that we're gonna try to find. And in order to do so, we're going to use the two measurements that they gave us, the 24 and the 18. So what we're going to do with them is we're going to first of all write down the missing angle, which is C. We don't have any number for C, so we're going to write it down. And we're going to do C is equal to square root of A squared plus B squared. And going back to the graphic, A is 18, so C is going to still be unknown, so C is still going to be C for now, and then 18, A squared will be 18 squared because A is equal to 18, plus B is 24, so it's going to be 24 squared. And when you do C is equal to 18 squared will be equal to 18 squared, 324, and 24 squared will be equal to 576. And then you're gonna add them together. You're still gonna keep your square root. You're not gonna take it out yet. 576 plus 324 will be now equal to 900. And then you're gonna get the square root of the 900, which is gonna be equal to 30. So C is equal to 30. So we're gonna go there and put C is equal to 30. So right now we can keep doing our problem. So the first thing that they give us is different functions, but before the function they tell us to write down the missing angle. The missing angle in our case will be C, which is 30 centimeter. And it does make sense because 30 is higher than 24 and 18 because C is the longer side. So it does make sense that, C is 30 and then the other side, one of the other side is 18 and the other one is 24. So it does make logical sense, I'll say. And so we're going to start with the first function. The first function is sin, and sin of theta, and the angle that we're going to be considering is angle A. So this one. And one trick to find which one is adjacent and which one is opposite is by looking at the x-axis, which is the one at the bottom. So the angle at the bottom will always be the adjacent one, the adjacent angle. So this whole side will always be adjacent, and then this one will be opposite when it comes to this angle in our case. So we're gonna go back and try to find sin. Sin, like some of you guys already know, for those who didn't know, sin will be equal to the opposite angle over the longer side, which is called the hypotenuse. So the opposite in our case will be A, which is equal to 18. And I'm gonna put it here. And then the hypotenuse is the one that we just calculated, 30. So it's going to be 18 over 30. So if they ask us for a decimal number, so we would have just do 18 divided by 30, but like they didn't tell us to find a decimal number, but they asked us for a ratio instead. So we're going to simplify this 18 over 30 that we have right here. And so we're going to go down. You're going to simplify the 18 over 30. So 18 divided by 30. So we can start with the smaller number, which is going to be 2 in our case. 18 divided by 2 will be equal to 9, and then you have 30 divided by 2 will be equal to 15. 9 and 15 can also be simplified with 3, so we're going to use 3 for both cases. So 9 divided by 2 will be equal to 3, and then 15 divided by 2 will be equal to 5. So the sin for the angle will be equal to opposite of hypotenuse, and then when we did this, the final answer will be equal to 3 over 5. So right now we can look for the cos now. We still gonna use the same angle. The angle is not gonna change throughout the exercise. And the cos, like some of you guys might already know, for the sin is equal to the adjacent side, adjacent over the longer side, which is the hypotenuse. So the adjacent side for our case will be equal to the 24. So we're gonna do the 24 divided by the 30, which is the longer side. 24 divided by 30. I'm gonna go back and show you guys where I get the number from. So the 24 is this number at the bottom, which is the one on the x-axis, like I told you, which is the adjacent angle or the adjacent side, and then you're gonna divide it by the longer side, which is the 30, which is the hypotenuse. So 24 over 30 can also be further simplified. So that's the reason why we're gonna go down and simplify it. So you're gonna do 24 over 30, which will be, you're gonna use to, like we did for the first case. So 24 divided by 2 will be equal to 12, and then 30 divided by 2 will be equal to 15. 12 over 15 can further be simplified using 3. So we're gonna be doing 12 divided by 3, which will then be equal to 4, and then you have the 15 you divided by 3, which will be equal to 5. So the cost in our case will be equal to 4 over 5. And the 10 right now will be way much more simpler. So the 10 is equal to the sine over the cos. So we already calculated what those numbers are. So you can either go with the 18 and the 30 and use this, and then you'll have to simplify your fraction further again, or you just go with the simplified version and you will get there much more quickly. So that's what we're gonna do. So 10 will be equal to the sine divided by cos. That's one of the formula for the 10. You can also use another formula, but in our case, that's what we're going to be using. And we're going to take the 3/5. So it's going to be equal to 3/5. We divide it by 4/5. And this is a division. So you're going to, this one will be equal to the first fraction will stay as it is, but you'll multiply it by the inverse of the second fraction. In our case, it will be equal to 5 over 4. So you just flip the fraction. So 3 by 5 will be equal to 15, and then you have your 4 by 5, which will be equal to 10. 15 over 20 is your answer, but it's not the final answer because it can also be simplified. So because you can simplify it, so you're going to simplify it. So you're going to do 15 divided by 20. You simplify it by 5 because 5 is multiple. 15 divided by 5 will be equal to 3, and then 20 divided by 5 will be equal to 4. So your 10 will be equal to 3/4. Okay. So right now the rest of the function is very much more simpler, because it's just going to be the reciprocal function, and it's pretty much like the same function but flip them. So for our cosecant, the cosecant is equal to 1 over sine. In order to do so, we're just gonna do 1. You divide your 1 by sine. Sine was equal to 3/5. So you're gonna do 1 multiplied by 5/3. So your sine will be equal to 5/3. Not your sine, your cosecant will be equal to 5/3. And then you're gonna do the same for the rest of them. So secant will be equal to 1 divided by the cos, which is the 4/5. So you're just gonna flip it. Cos was equal to 4/5. Secant will be equal to 5/4. Cotangent is the same thing, so it's gonna be 1 over 10. Your 10 was equal to 3/4, so you're gonna flip it. It's gonna be equal to now 4/3. So this was number 13 for you. I simplified and I tried to really explain everything that I did so that you guys have a really good understanding on what I was doing. So if you still have some questions, feel free to let me know. And that was pretty much it for 13. I'm gonna cover question number 14 now. Thank you.